Thank you, Reverend Krebin. Brothers and sisters, I believe we are here tonight convened by the spirit of love and truth, hope and healing. And I'm glad to be in that kind of setting because I need healing and I need hope and I need love, and I want to live by the mandates of truth. Let me say before I begin to read the scripture that will inform my presentation that I should acknowledge that the person who sparked this idea of my coming to be with you is Edie Bojan. She was a counselor at Ground Zero during the 9/11 series of days of agony. And she came to be with us at Riverside Church and found some meaning in the ministry and began even way back then trying to make sure that I would not keep my ministry located in New York City at the Riverside Church, but she's been trying to get me out ever since. And this is the continuation of that effort. Edith, stand so they'll know who sparked this. And accompanying Edie are three other people from the Riverside family, my wife and Nancy Rhodes and Dr. Davis, Evelyn Davis. You two stand because you're part of the team for tonight, please. And I guess before reading the text, I want to express my gratitude for the singing that the young people offered us and reminding us of appreciation for our beautiful town. I am sure those words will be a source of encouragement in the days ahead, and how beautiful, how beautiful. So I want to offer a song back to you, not to sing it so much as to just say, we know why we're here. Tragic circumstances visited our town, and we have been doing the best we could to hold things together. It's been over a month now, and we keep wondering, Lord, when will we begin to be able to return to normality? Will normality ever be possible? What shall we do? So here we are tonight. And my little song back to my partners who are the singers for tonight came to me during a very happy time. I had been released from Riverside for a sabbatical, which I took at Harvard Divinity School to teach a course on urban ministry. In Cambridge, I enjoyed myself so much every day. Everything was just wonderful until as I was walking back to my little place on Maple Street, the idea came to me, my goodness, God has blessed me so much, until a little song came to mind, which I think may be appropriate for the spirit of this gathering here tonight. The song goes something like this. I looked around the other day and saw how truly blessed this life of mine has been. I have health, strength, and comfort, peace and joy within, special care in times of desperation, a helping hand when friends are few. So I asked, dear Lord, what can I do to turn some thanks to you? I expected mission impossible, call to service far away, but instead, this gentle assignment God sends to us each day. Love my children, that's all I ask of you. Love my children, that's what we've got to do. If you love them, As I love them, we shall see them safely through. Love yourself, love me too, and whatever else you do, love my children. I hear that tonight. In fact, all over the United States, because of the loss, because of the tragedy, people are renewing their sense of the importance of loving the children. Respect them and protect them. Uphold them and enfold them. Affirm the gifts inside of them until they learn to take pride in them. If they falter, if they stray, don't lose heart. Find another way. That's what love is all about. Love my children. Love yourself. Love me too. Love the ones who are close to you. Love the one who has brought you through. And whatsoever else you do, love my children. So that's the way I want to start with you. Now I want to read a passage of Scripture tonight. And what I'm going to be speaking to you about will be words of hope and healing. And that's not so much what I'll be doing. I'm going to point you to some sources that are giving words of hope and healing. Your job is to listen for the word that addresses inarticulate inquiries in your spirit, words that might acknowledge what you are asking, words that may give you confidence that it's going to be all right and we're going to make it through. In whatever I say tonight, beginning with the reading of the text and some words of explication, keep your ears open. What does God have to say to me that might help me keep on keeping on, moving on, holding dear sentiments that do not rest well? That's it. So now, with that background, let me read a passage of Scripture. Are you listening? Now, reading from Genesis chapter 4. The man knew his wife Eve, and she conceived and bore Cain, saying, I have produced a man with the help of the Lord. Next, she bore his brother Abel. Now, Abel was a keeper of sheep, and Cain a tiller of the ground. In the course of time, Cain brought to the Lord an offering of the fruit of the ground, and Abel, for his part, brought of the firstlings of his flock, their fat portions. And the Lord had regard for Abel and his offering, but for Cain and his offering he had no regard. So Cain was very angry, and his countenance fell. The Lord said to Cain, Why are you angry? And why has your countenance fallen? If you do well, will you not be accepted? And if you do not do well, sin is lurking at the door. Its desires for you, but you must master it. Cain said to his brother Abel, Let us go out to the field. And when they were in the field, Cain rose up against his brother Abel and killed him. Then the Lord said to Cain, Where is your brother Abel? He said, I do not know. Am I my brother's keeper? And the Lord said, What have you done? Listen, your brother's blood is crying out to me from the ground. And now you are cursed from the ground, which has opened its mouth to receive your brother's blood from your hand. When you till the ground, it will no longer yield to you its strength. You will be a fugitive and a wanderer on the earth. Cain said to the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Today you have driven me away from the soil, and I shall be hidden from your face. I shall be a fugitive and a wanderer on the earth, and anyone who meets me may kill me. Then the Lord said to him, not so. Whoever kills Cain will suffer a sevenfold vengeance. And the Lord put a mark on Cain, so that no one who came upon him would kill him. Then Cain went away from the presence of the Lord and settled in the land of Nod, east of Eden. A very difficult text for these times, but maybe we can hear something from God that actually becomes a word of hope and of healing. All right, now with that kind of heavy beginning, let me say that, yes, this is Dr. King's birthday celebration weekend along with an inauguration. And yes, I did have the privilege of being a part of the struggle. I'm from the South, North Carolina. I actually participated in the marches. I was arrested at Sappho's restaurant in Wilmington, North Carolina. Yes, I actually had the privilege of being arrested at the embassy when South Africa was engaged in the policy of apartheid. I've gone through this period. And I want to tell you that we have made progress. One of the ways to get encouragement is to recognize that there was once a struggle, but that we made progress in it, which then will give us confidence that the issue we are wrestling with here now, who knows? We may make progress there as well. Let me mention about this. You all remember that at first most of us tended to think about Dr. King in relationship to racial integration. Well, let me tell you a little story about racial integration. I was one of the first dudes after they had the integration of Woolworth Lunch Counter in Raleigh, North Carolina. After the marching with King and the regulations came around that black people who had been separated from white people, we're all citizens together. Why don't we just live together without all this foolishness? So my brother David was the head of the student body at Shaw University. When they got through picketing, finally Woolworth opened up the counter. I remember the day when I went down, had my little money together, and I knew exactly what I was going to buy. I was going to get a hot dog with mustard, relish, and ketchup, and some chili, and a big orange. And I was going to be able to enjoy it. Except when I went into the store, there was a white woman sitting at the counter. I sat down beside her. As soon as I sat down, because this was first for her, it was a troublesome moment to have a black boy who used to buy his sandwich at the window to come and sit down beside her. She immediately got up, left her food there, ran out of the store. That was a humiliating moment for me, a very painful moment after all of the struggle. And here, things had not changed that much. I do not know whether or not I ordered my meal or not. I can't remember. What I do remember is that I went home and I sat down and I wrote these words.